Our planet is full of creepy and unknown stuff. From time to time, however, archaeologists uncover pieces of our history. Sometimes they are pieces of ancient civilizations or long-lost technology, and more often than not, they are artifacts that we swore were made by man from that time, but we usually can't explain the purpose, meaning, or even the construction of these objects. So join us as we uncover 15 of the most unsolved archaeological mysteries, starting with Number 15, Lost Labyrinth of Ancient Egypt. Herodotus called it a work beyond words, something grander than even the pyramids. Well, he wasn't talking about a forgotten temple or a pharaoh's palace. He was describing a colossal underground labyrinth supposedly containing 3,000 intricately decorated rooms. For centuries, scholars dismissed the account as an exaggeration, but other ancient texts confirmed similar descriptions. In modern times, searches for this lost labyrinth led to Hawara, south of Cairo, where remnants of massive stone foundations hint at something buried beneath. The Madaha expedition recently scanned the area using ground-penetrating radar, uncovering a vast, unexplored structure beneath the sand. Political and logistical obstacles have stalled excavations, but the evidence suggests that Herodotus may not have been exaggerating after all. If ever fully explored, the labyrinth could rewrite our understanding of ancient Egyptian architecture, religion, and possibly even the civilization's greatest secrets. Number 14, the unknown burial place of Alexander the Great. Historians claim his funeral procession was a spectacle like no other. His golden sarcophagus was said to be encased in another golden casket, carried on an elaborate chariot toward his final resting place. But where did Alexander the Great actually end up? Well, let's say nobody has any idea where it is. Some believe his body was taken to Siwa, Egypt, fulfilling a prophecy that he was the son of Zeus Ammon. Others argue that his remains were diverted to Alexandria by his general Ptolemy to cement his own claim to rule. Julius Caesar and Augustus allegedly visited Alexander's tomb in Alexandria, yet no trace of it has ever been found. Excavations in the city have yielded promising clues, but rising sea levels and urban expansion have buried much of ancient Alexandria. If his tomb is ever located, it could be one of the most significant discoveries in history, finally solving the mystery of the ancient world's greatest conqueror. Number 13, the sound effects of Malta's hypogeum, Hal Saflieni. Beneath the streets of Malta lies the hypogeum of Hal Saflieni, a prehistoric underground temple built over 5,000 years ago. It's a place of strange acoustics, elongated skulls, and unexplained phenomena. But one feature stands out: the oracle chamber. A voice spoken inside this chamber echoes throughout the entire structure, amplifying it in ways that defy explanation. Some researchers believe this was intentional, designed for ceremonial chants or ritual experiences. Sound experiments revealed that specific frequencies resonate through bone and tissue, creating a trance-like effect. Was this an ancient form of sound therapy? A way to induce altered states of consciousness? The builders of the hypogeum clearly understood something about resonance and sound waves that modern science is still piecing together. Whether it was a coincidence or deliberate engineering, the hypogeum remains one of the most acoustically fascinating and mysterious archaeological sites on Earth. Number 12. Mystery surrounds the ancient site of Pumapunku. Pumapunku in Bolivia is stonework on a level no one can explain. The site features massive, precisely cut stone blocks weighing up to 800 tons, fitted together with such precision that not even a blade can fit between them. The level of craftsmanship is beyond what should have been possible with ancient tools. Historians date the site to around 500 AD, but some believe it's far older, possibly 17,000 years old. What baffles archaeologists is the machining-like precision of the cuts. There are no chisel marks, No rough edges, just flawless interlocking blocks that resemble modern prefabricated structures. How was this achieved? Some theories suggest the builders had access to lost stone-cutting technology or even the ability to soften stone. Attempts to replicate the precision have failed, leaving Pumapunku a riddle that refuses to be solved. Until more evidence emerges, it remains one of the greatest engineering enigmas of the ancient world. Number 11. The Plain of Megalithic Jars. Scattered across the mountains of Laos, thousands of massive stone jars sit in eerie silence, their origins a complete mystery. Some stand over 3 meters tall and weigh several tons, carved from granite, limestone, and sandstone. They date back to the Iron Age, 500 BC to 500 AD, but no one knows who built them or why. Archaeologists believe the jars may have been burial urns or used in funerary rituals, but no definitive evidence supports this. The real puzzle is how they were made. The hardest stone varieties would have required advanced tools or immense manpower, yet no tools have ever been found. The jars are also spread across nearly 100 sites, making their purpose even more confusing. Legends say the jars were created by giants, while others claim they were used to brew rice wine for an ancient king. Whatever the truth, the Plain of Jars remains one of Southeast Asia's greatest unsolved mysteries. Number 10. The Nazca Lines of Bolivia. Across western Bolivia, an immense web of perfectly straight lines stretches over 22,525 square kilometers, an engineering feat that shouldn't have been possible for ancient civilizations. The Nazca Lines, etched into the earth over 3,000 years, form the largest collection of geoglyphs on the planet, yet remain one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. Some lines extend over 20 kilometers without deviation, cutting through rugged landscapes as if precision drawn by satellite guidance. No walls, no markers, no indication of their exact purpose, only endless pathways. Some believe they were sacred routes for pilgrimages, while others suggest astronomical alignments or even territorial markers. But without artifacts or writings to confirm their use, their true purpose is lost. Despite thousands of years of erosion, the lines remain intact, defying logic. How an ancient culture, without modern tools, created something so vast and precise is still a puzzle with no clear answer. Number 9. The Venus figurines of the European Paleolithic era. Scattered across Europe and Siberia, over 200 small statuettes from the Paleolithic era depict exaggerated female forms, large hips, breasts, and abdomens, with little detail elsewhere. Some suggest they represent fertility, motherhood, or beauty standards, but the reality is far more elusive. These figurines, carved between 40,000 and 10,000 years ago, share a striking uniformity despite vast geographic distances. Some appear pregnant, while others do not, leading to conflicting interpretations. Were they goddess icons, talismans, early depictions of real women, or even primitive erotica? The name Venus figurines assumes a connection to beauty and fertility, but this is pure speculation. Lacking written records or contextual clues, archaeologists have no definitive answers. Some even propose they were self-portraits, carved by women looking down at their own bodies. Until more evidence emerges, these figurines remain enigmatic relics of prehistoric symbolism, whatever that symbolism might be. Number 8. The Concho Stone Markings. Hidden among the Kilpatrick Hills in Scotland, a large slab of rock, known as the Concho Stone, bears mysterious prehistoric carvings. Covered in intricate cup and ring marks, the stone has been studied for over a century, yet its meaning remains unknown. The earliest records date back to 1885 when Reverend James Harvey first sketched its markings. Later, amateur archaeologist Ludovic Mann controversially painted the carvings in bright colors, making bold, unproven claims that they depicted ancient cosmological events. While his theories were dismissed, his actions sparked concern for the stone's preservation, leading to its intentional burial for protection. Rediscovered in 2015, the stone was laser scanned and cleaned, revealing new details never documented before. While theories suggest links to rituals, celestial events, or land markers, no one knows for certain why prehistoric people carved these designs, or why they chose this particular stone. For now, the Concho stone keeps its secrets. Number 7. The Kensington Runestone. Discovered in Minnesota in 1898, the Kensington Runestone is a 200-pound slab inscribed with Viking runes, seemingly proving Norse explorers reached America centuries before Columbus. The problem? No one can agree if it's real. Supporters argue that Norse explorers could have ventured inland, leaving behind this cryptic record. However, some skeptics point out linguistic inconsistencies and a lack of other Viking artifacts in the region. Then came a major blow. In 2011, a hidden numerical code in the inscription was deciphered, reading, "The omens found. We collected firewood at the stone." In other words, it looked staged, a prank that spiraled wildly out of control. Whether intentional or not, Olaf Omen's discovery sparked over a century of debate. If genuine, it would rewrite history. If fake, it remains one of the longest-running hoaxes in American archaeology. Either way, the mystery of the Kensington Runestone refuses to die. Number 6. The face carvings of Lepenski Vir. We've discussed this find in our previous video, but many may haven't seen it, so here is it again. For over 8,000 years, a settlement along the banks of the Danube has held on to its secrets. Lepenski Vir, one of Europe's earliest communities, has given archaeologists plenty to study. But it's the haunting stone faces that truly stand out. These eerie carvings, with bulging eyes and downturned mouths, don't fit neatly into history books. Some look vaguely human. Others? Not so much. A few scholars suggest they represent fish deities, hinting at ancient spiritual beliefs, while others see them as early attempts at artistic expression. Carved from quartz sandstone, nearly 100 of these figures have surfaced since the 1960s, found nowhere else in the world. Whether they were gods, guardians, or just someone's creative side project, nobody knows. What's certain is that these strange, unsettling faces remain an unsolved piece of our past. Number 5. The Pangboche Yeti Finger. Somewhere, or maybe nowhere, in the archives of the Hunterian Museum in London, a relic sits locked away, labeled simply as Yeti's Finger. The story behind it? Well, let's say it's absolutely bizarre, and we're not kidding. In 1958, a traveler visiting Pangboche Monastery in Nepal came across an eerie, blackened hand with sharp, claw-like nails. The monks believed it belonged to a Yeti, and for whatever reason, this visitor decided he needed a piece of it. A deal was made, a donation in exchange for one finger, which was then smuggled out of the country. To make sure no one noticed, an accomplice swapped in a human hand, and just like that, the so-called Yeti relic ended up in a museum. Decades later, DNA testing suggested it was human, but that tiny sliver of doubt kept the legend alive. Adding to the weirdness, Lord of the Rings prop makers later gifted the monastery a replica, ensuring the mystery never truly disappeared. Number 4. The Bolshoi Labyrinths. Now, this one is more stranger and weirder than Putin himself. On Russia's Bolshoi Zayatsky Island, dozens of ancient stone labyrinths lie scattered across the landscape like remnants of a lost civilization. Their purpose? Nobody knows. Estimated to be 2,500 years old, these swirling pathways have sparked theories ranging from spiritual rituals to portals to another world. Unlike mazes meant to confuse, these labyrinths lead to a single point, suggesting they were about the journey, not the destination. Some scholars believe they symbolize the boundary between life and the afterlife, while others think they were used in shamanic practices. What makes it weirder? Similar labyrinths exist across Europe, yet their meaning remains just as mysterious. Were they sacred sites, ceremonial spaces, or just ancient art projects? No one can say for sure. But one thing we can say clearly, the Bolshoi labyrinths are still an unsolved mystery. Number 3, the Dorchester Pot. In the mid-19th century, a massive explosion at a Massachusetts quarry revealed something completely out of place. An ornate metal pot seemingly trapped inside a rock that was supposed to be 500 million years old. If true, that meant either humans were crafting metal before the dinosaurs, or someone really messed up their timeline. The discovery made headlines, with Scientific American calling it a relic of a bygone age. But as intriguing as it sounds, the truth is a bit less dramatic. Most experts agree the Dorchester pot was just a Victorian-era Indian pipe holder, accidentally buried and later blasted into the spotlight. Still, it raises an interesting question. How did people convince themselves it was ancient? Were they desperate for a mystery, or just eager to rewrite history? Whatever the case, the legend of the Dorchester pot refuses to fade away. What do you think about it? Well, let us know in the comment box below. Number 2, the Singapore Stone. Long before Singapore became the modern city it is today, legends spoke of a powerful lost kingdom. The only possible clue to its existence? A massive sandstone slab covered in 50 lines of mysterious inscriptions. It stood at the mouth of the Singapore River, a relic from an unknown past. Some believed it told the tale of Badang, a mythical strongman who supposedly hurled the stone into place. Others thought it contained the secrets of an ancient civilization. Whatever was written there, we'll probably never know. In 1843, British colonists blew it up while widening the river, leaving only a single surviving fragment, now displayed at the National Museum of Singapore. Despite decades of study, no one has been able to decode it. Was it Malay, Sanskrit, a completely lost language? The answer remains buried with the rest of the stone. Number 1, Rujm El Hiri. Known by multiple names, Rujm El Hiri, Gilgal Rephaim, and even the Golan Stonehenge, this is one of the Middle East's most baffling ancient sites. Located in the Golan Heights, Rujm El Hiri is a massive megalithic structure built from over 40,000 tons of basalt rock dating back 5,000 years. Unlike the towering slabs of Stonehenge, this site consists of 5 concentric circles, with the largest stretching 500 feet across. At its core, a 15-foot-high cairn, believed to have once been a tomb, though looted long ago. First mapped in the 1960s, the site has left researchers scratching their heads ever since. Was it a burial ground, a ceremonial space, a tool for ancient astronomy? Nobody has a definitive answer. But one thing is clear. Whoever built it left behind a mystery that refuses to be solved. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in with us, and we'll see you soon in the next one.